Hey guys, it's Kimberly and I'm back with you for another scary story. This week's story is called Notes to the Girl Whose House I Lived In, and I just want to jump right into this if you want to read along. Link will be down in the description bar below, and let's just go. It took me a week to find where you kept your Wi-Fi password. A whole week. I was really worried you'd thrown it away, but lo and behold, there it was in the cutlery drawer of all places. Everything about the way you organize confuses me. I guess because you live on your own now, you just put things in any old place. I know there was someone else before. I heard you talking about him on the phone. Johnny, I think? Jimmy? Anyways, I know because you said it was tough being alone. But you're not alone, of course. You have me. There's a crack in your roof where I can see you down onto the street below. Don't worry about the roof, by the way. Yes, it's pretty cramped, but I like my spaces small. I've actually stuffed a few things up there just to make it smaller. Just bits and bobs from the recycling. I don't think you'll miss them. I can sit with my face against the window and see down onto the streets. That's where I saw you meeting up with all those people wearing black. It would have been weird anyways because you never meet anyone. But they were all rubbing your back and holding your hand and stuff. I was scared you were going to bring them in, but you just went off together, so that was okay. I don't know what I would have done if all those people had filled the house. You know, it really explains a lot that there was someone else before me, like the fact you have 2 sets of drawers in your bedroom, or how you've been living in such a big house by yourself, and do weird things like leave the Wi-Fi in the cutlery drawer, or how you watch the same TV show all day on the weekend. I'm not one to talk, mind you. I'm addicted to my toys, like the big lump of black tack I found a while back, which is great fun to fiddle with, but doesn't taste too good, or the cigarette lighter that's fun to flick on and off, or the tube that has all the patterns in it you can change. I could look down that thing for hours. I often have. That's what I normally do when you're home. Or I just sit back and listen to you doing the washing or run the shower or something like that. I crawl up the walls and hang there with my ear to the pipes and listen to the water rushing by. That kind of thing makes me happy. Plus you never have anyone around, so once I got your schedule memorized, I could move around pretty free. I know what we have. It's a symbolic relationship. That means you help me by giving me a warm place to stay and Wi-Fi, and I help you by eating all your spiders. Of course, there's no need to thank me. I fell asleep under the towels in your airing cupboard once, before I found the roof. And I saw you trying to get rid of whatever was living under your sink with a broom. I have never seen so much ridiculous fuss in my entire life, but it makes no difference to me how many legs something has, so I just eat them up whenever I find one, and any other things that makes its way into the house without permission, aside from me, of course. Since I only pay rent in spiders, I try to keep things I take to a minimum, but I can't say I feel too bad about stealing your socks. You have so many socks. Why would one girl need so many? I get a lot more out of them than you do anyways. I like to take them apart by the threads and then wrap all the threads around my finger and pull them tight till the tips go purple. I can nibble on my own fingertips and not feel a thing. It's pretty great. I try not to take too much food either. I found I can usually survive off the things you leave out or throw away. Why don't you eat the banana skins? Another habit of yours that confuses me a lot. I like to open my mouth all the way and drop them in whole. No chewing. I've never needed too much food to get by. I really, really, really like butter though. Not to eat so much as just to play with. You once left a block out by the window in the sun and it went all melty while you were at work. So I sort of started playing with it. Once I'd stuck my finger in it, it was kind of hard to stop. I had it looking like a puddle by the end, but then I realized it was 5, you'd be home soon. So I had to press it back into a rectangle as best as I could. But then I heard you opening the door. Boy, I was so startled. I went into the cupboard under the stairs, you know, the one you never go in as it's full of men's shoes and coats and things. And I watched you come in through the doorway. But then came the weird part. You didn't even notice the butter. All you did was make a cup of tea and then give up halfway through and start crying. Then you ordered Chinese and barely ate any before throwing it away. You see what I mean about your habits? I'm sorry, but that's just weird. Sometimes if I'm having a bad night, I like to get under your bed while you're asleep. It's nice because I can hear your breathing, and then I can match my breath with that. I lie there for ages, gasping in and out, and if you get up for the bathroom or anything, I have to go completely still and hold my breath. I don't know why I do it. I guess it's fun. You're the first person whose company I've actually enjoyed. You cooked dinner the other evening. I noticed because you played music, which you never do. And you made something that took almost an hour and a half with about 1 million ingredients. I crept down to the top of the staircase, and I could see you bouncing around doing moves with the spoon. It was so funny, I had to cover my mouth to keep me from laughing. Then I saw something that got me real scared. You laid 2 places at the table. I thought there was someone else in the house and climbed all the way to the ceiling thinking they'd see me. As I was hanging there, I saw you serving 2 plates and I couldn't move in panic. Another person. I just knew I wouldn't like them as much as I like you. That they'd ruin everything and make me go all crazy like I used to be. I didn't know what to do. I was ready to hurt them. Really, really hurt them. That's how scared I was. Then you sat down. You lit the candle on the table and started eating by yourself. Nobody else showed up, and after you were done, you took the other food and threw it away. Even though I was relieved, I felt kind of bad that the other person never showed up. You didn't seem sad, though. It was like you expected it to be just you. After you went to bed, I went through the bin and ate some of the food you threw away. It was delicious. I knew something was wrong the next day because you didn't leave for work, and then you ran a bath in the middle of the afternoon. After you'd been there for ages and ages, I started to get this horrible bad feeling. I crawled down to the landing. The bathroom door was open a crack, so I peeked through. I saw your hand. It was hanging, not in a natural way. There was a long red line going down it, and then I realized. I ran back upstairs. I'm a coward. I know I'm a coward. I hid under my pile of stuff and started to cry. Thought about running away. I thought about the color a pink bath mat goes when it's covered in blood. I thought about how much I wanted to be somewhere else, but most of all I thought about you, and how little sense you make. What I'm trying to say is that I'm sorry I lit your roof on fire. It was the only way I could get people to come. It actually worked better than I expected. That recycling stuff sure did burn. I ran down to the cupboard under the stairs and curled up with my hands over my head until I heard them kick the door down and carry you out. There was a lot of confusion and bad language, but they found you, and I heard once that you were still breathing. So, my favorite place in the whole world is gone now. Most of my things are as well. Though, I did think to grab the pattern too. The rest is just a big black wig on the top of your house. But I'm not scared. It'll get better. And when you come back, I'll still be here. I don't think it's nice to be alone. Okay, I'm really confused. So they said the person, first of all, they're creepy as fuck. They're living in this person's house without their knowledge, which really freaks me out because the door to the attic is in my bedroom closet. So fun. But I'm just confused because they said something about Jimmy or Johnny or whatever his name was at the beginning, which I'm assuming was her husband or her boyfriend or something, and it just makes me wonder if this person, whatever's living in her attic, was, like, killed him or whatever. Obviously she tried to kill herself because she was so depressed, but what was this thing? I'm actually so confused. Glad she got help though. Thank you to the weird thing for lighting her house on fire, because that got her help, but at the same time I'm still very confused about the whole Johnny thing. Like, obviously he's dead, and I'm 99% sure that he was in a relationship with this girl. But, yeah, oh my gosh, what was that story? Oh my gosh, I love all of these stories that I read just because they're so intriguing and I don't understand, and like, just these twists, I'm like, what? Yeah, but I hope you guys enjoyed this, and if you did, please make sure to give me a big thumbs up. as well as comment down below some stories you'd like to see me read in the future, or any video ideas just in general. Subscribe to my channel if you'd like to see more content from me, and I will see you guys next time. Bye!